Prayer is one reason why I want to become a rabbi. The feeling of praising God in community can be breathtaking. Chanting liturgy that connects me back thousands of years to other Jews sometimes gives me chills. A really joyful, upbeat version of Psalm 150 with music and drumming can be uplifting, while a well-written iyun can transport me to a reflective sandy beach or a solemn, introspective, personal moment. Prayer forces me to consider where I am in my emotional or spiritual journey. It connects me to God, friends, colleagues, fellow Jews, teachers, and students. On any given Tuesday or Wednesday, the attendance at our minyan differs drastically from a Monday or Thursday. Evidently, this issue has persisted for many years. Some students claim they need time for a Starbucks run during a day that's incredibly busy. Others openly admit that they find services unfulfilling or boring. During interviews with students talking about their experience with tefillah at HUC, some have requested that services be geared more towards providing a space for experimentation and creativity, while other students expressed a want for consistency and upholding of HUC minhag. Ultimately, we've realized that it's incredibly difficult just to please everyone. But what does a lack of service attendance mean for HUC as an institution? Being a Reform seminary, HUC does not require any kind of observance by students. Whereas at other seminaries, students sign a contract or some sort of brit. Like our movement, HUC believes that students should have a choice to attend services at school and observe Jewish customs as they feel free to. This would potentially be problematic. What if HUC educators and rabbis are finishing 2 to 5 years stateside without ever exploring the boundaries of their own prayer life? What if HUC is graduating and ordaining people who have only attended the services they helped lead or participate in? Even if students may be attending services 1 or 2 times a week, is that enough? How could HUC be helping students foster prayer lives as much as possible? Picture what it could be like to have everyone attend most services at HUC. There would be a prayer community where the Shliach Tzibor never needed to worry about making a minyan for those saying Kaddish. Everyone would attend services most days of the week, not because they were required to, but because they want to attend to their own spiritual needs. There could still be students who fall through the cracks. What if a student still decides that because services are not required, they're not going to attend? But what if HUC required students to attend services? Requiring attendance at services would mean that students add yet another activity to their already very busy schedules. Perhaps reflecting about services could be a topic, though, routinely discussed in faculty advising sessions. Tefillah could become an important aspect to all HUC students because the institution would show how important tefillah is by making it a part of the core curriculum. The conundrum remains, though, that it seems anti-Reform Judaism to require students to observe a ritual act. After all, Reform Judaism does boast choice through knowledge. Would it be anti-Reform Judaism to require HUC students to attend a certain number of services? Prayer, or at least exploring and reflecting upon one's own personal prayer life, should be important to all HUC students. Liturgy classes and learning about a prayer's meaning are different than using them during worship. As a blooming educator or rabbi, one must know what it is that draws them to prayer. One must explore what it is that turns them off from prayer, or what really bothers them about Reform worship. Before we go out and work with the Jewish people, we should all at least begin to reflect upon what is important to us about the topics or observances that we are going to later teach. How can a rabbi teach about prayer if she has never really committed herself to having some sort of prayer life? It's no secret that worship attendance in many Reform synagogues is less than desired. As the future leaders of this movement, we can work together to ensure that prayer remains important to the Reform people by being role models. We can show our congregants, our Hillel students, religious school students, all Reformed Jews we come into contact with that Jewish prayer is important, and it should be important to them as well. Though our lives can be busy and Starbucks is always going to be tempting, may we all have the strength, patience, and open mind to take the time during our years here to help create a true prayer community and nurture our own personal prayer lives.